Like all those media companies, nobody trusts them anymore. And the reason why nobody trusts them anymore is because they're not trustworthy.
Yeah.
It's not. It's like it's real simple. It's real clear. You know, it's an interesting time though because it's caused the emergence of me, yeah, but also independent journalism. Guys who were with these corporate news structures who left and now they're doing it on their own. All these kind of people that you can trust because even if you don't agree with them, you know they're not lying. That's all I need. You can have opinions that I don't agree with, and I 100% support your ability to do that. I don't want to suppress people I don't agree with, but I want you to be honest. I want you to tell me what the actual data says, and even if your perspective on that data I don't agree with, at least I know you're telling me the truth. That's all I need. And there's not a lot of that in mainstream media, and that's why mainstream media is dying. It's it's controlled by these corporate interests that really care more about money than they do about anything else. Then like if you think that like the Washington Post or the New York Times is really just about getting out the truth, that's not real.
No, and those two are extreme examples at this point.
They have an ideology that if I didn't have a podcast and I didn't talk to people all the time and talk to people from different walks of life and different perspectives and different careers, I would have no idea. I would have no idea. If I was just a comic, I would kind of vaguely know that they're probably corrupt. You know, vaguely know that they're full of, but if I read something, I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. I would just take it at face value. Same. Especially if you have a regular job where you don't have the time to be looking into this. You're busy all day, and then maybe you have a family and obligations and bills that are piling up, and you don't have the time to be sorting out whether or not the Washington Post is being honest about gender-affirming care.
And on top of that, Twitter is not the real world. It's important, but you step outside, you walk down the street, and most people don't even know what's going on Twitter. They're just we're in it, so you see it, and you pay attention to what people are saying. But I always, if I'm in the center of a controversy, something's going on, I focus like, oh my God, the world, everything's happening here. And then you go outside, nobody knows.
I think Twitter's radioactive. I think that you can stay in it and you'll get sick. That's what I think. But if you just visit briefly and get the out of there and then take care of yourself, you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's good for people. I think it's legitimately bad for mental health to communicate that way. To communicate just through text, and it's almost all of it is aggressive, and almost all of it is insulting, and almost all of it is disparaging of people. The amount of like anti or negative tweets versus positive tweets. I mean, I wonder if anybody's done a study of that, like how much negative tweeting versus positive tweeting.
Probably, I guess, like 90%.
It's probably somewhere like that. It's just bad for you. It's bad for you to if you went to a bar and every time you went to a bar, people were arguing and screaming at each other. You'd be like, "This bar,
100%.
This ain't fun. I want to go have a good time. I don't want to be around these people." It's not a normal way for human beings to communicate where they're not looking at each other across a table, having a drink, just it's looking at each other as another human.
Yep.
Appreciating each other as a person, a human being. When you just see text on a screen and you're like, I'm gonna this guy up.
And it's easy to do it.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want. And there's been plenty of times where someone tracks down like the commenter. And then the commenter apologizes. Oh, I didn't know you'd see. You know, it's a different mentality when you get to that.
Of course. It's not normal. Humans are supposed to communicate with words in front of each other. That's how we're supposed to that's how we evolved. That's what we're capable of understanding and appreciating. You know, and you know when someone's you, and you know when someone's like got a secret agenda, you're like, this guy's kind of a creep. You know, you get it, you know. And then you get some people like, I really like talking to that guy, and then you can't wait to talk to him again. And then you kind of have an agreement when you see each other. You know that he likes you, and you know that you like him, and you know he's a nice guy, and he knows you're a nice guy, and you let me buy you a drink. All right, let's have a drink.
And you never know who you're talking. Twitter, it's like you could be getting worked up on what like an 8-year-old says. You have no idea,
or a bot.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that.